Hello, I'm Richard Mize, real estate editor for the Oklahoman and newsok.com, talking today with daughter-mother team, Mina Starsiak and Karen Rominger.
Professionally, I go by Elaine.
Elaine? Karen Elaine?
Yes.
Okay, Karen Elaine, stars, soon-to-be stars of HGTV's new show.
It's called Good Bones.
Good Bones, based on their life experience in Indianapolis, buying and renovating homes, correct?
I'm so glad you said renovating. That was perfect. Otherwise, you would have gotten the lecture.
I'm a pro.
You're doing an excellent job.
Talk about what you've done in Indianapolis and how you got hooked up with HGTV.
We started, the first house we renovated was right after I graduated college in 2007. I didn't have a job, so I wanted to do something grown up. So she co-signed on a house for me, we renovated it. Lots of injuries, lots of fun, lots of learning. We bought another little tiny house, renovated it, and by the third one we kind of decided maybe we have a business. We should like get business cards and pick a name, and that's kind of when Two Chicks and a Hammer became a thing. And
that's the name of your business?
Yes, our business is called Two Chicks and a Hammer.
No.
Not the name of the show. The pilot aired under that title, but the show, the season 1 and forward, will be Good Bones.
Let me pause here for a second and edit myself, and I apologize. Why are we talking to you here today? It's because you're at the Oklahoma City Home and Garden Show going on today, Friday and Saturday at State Fair Park here in Oklahoma City. So I'm sorry to interrupt, but that's why you're here.
That's why we're here. We'll be
Yes.
on the stage at 4 and 7 today, and at 3 and 7 tomorrow. We're going to show a clip, hopefully, fingers crossed, of the pilot for people who don't know who we are and haven't seen what we do. And then we also have some slides of some work that we've done on homes in Indianapolis. And hopefully we can make it relevant to people here in Oklahoma if they have questions about things they can do with their own homes.
You know, Oklahoma City and Indianapolis, size-wise, I think, and culture-wise, are not dissimilar.
Very, very
I mean,
similar.
this is not the hardcore Midwest, the way I perceive Indianapolis is. This is kind of the Southwest.
Wait, what's hardcore Midwest?
Corn. Corn. No, you know what I'm saying.
There is a lot of corn in Indiana, that's true. But when I walked into the hotel, I'm like, we know we're in a cow town because the tables are made from Longhorn. And I was like, this is how you know. It's like you walk in, everything's made from Longhorn. What, horns? Yeah, horns.
Something like that.
Yeah,
right.
but I like them. I mean, I like cow towns, so I was happy to see that.
I like Indianapolis. I was, what's the big steakhouse? St. Elmo's?
St. Elmo's.
Okay, sorry. We got off the subject here.
We digress.
That's going to happen a lot. We digress really easily.
Well, I'm easy with that too. So let's talk about, here's what I want to talk about. Do you have a handle on the fascination that people have with this type of show? I mean, HGTV is not news, right? It's ABC, NBC, CBS, HGTV. I mean, it's up there and has been for a generation now. But it just never ceases to amaze me personally how show after show of what is just people doing business, right? And doing stuff fascinates viewers and they tune in. Do you have a handle on that?
To be fair, I think that's, we're discovering there are two different models. There are some shows that there are hosts who go in and they act and they do a show. Fixer Upper, they actually fix up houses. That's their job, and it was before they did the show. And that's the same for us. So it's a slightly different model than some of the other shows.
That's right.
Where what you have is a host who's going in and basically reading lines and playing the role.
Yeah.
So we have a slightly different challenge because we're on camera all day, and then we still have to run our business. And so poor Mina, like every 5 minutes, she's making a phone call. Hey, camera, just a second, make a phone call.
You're totally not answering his
Not
question.
answering the question, but I needed to make that distinction because it is different for us. We're not professional actors. We are designer builders.
They're catching you doing what it is that you do.
That we do.
And you're not acting, but ad-libbing or living it out a little more flamboyantly, perhaps.
Like it's based on a real story.
Yeah. Well, I saw a picture of you in your overalls on your Facebook page,
Yeah.
so they're not making this up.
Yes,
No,
that was a real demo day on one of the episodes, and we get dirty. I mean, I have black boogers for 3 days. It's real. But I think the allure is that, first of all, it's entertaining. Like HGTV does it in a way that makes it very entertaining, and you see the personality of the characters, and that's why I think people have kind of like fallen in love with Chip and Joanna from Fixer Upper because they have their kids and they're funny and they're cute and they're so in love, and so people fall in love with the characters, but also it's inspiring. Like if they can do this, then we can do it. Like we didn't train for this, we kind of fell into this luckily, and it's worked out amazingly for us. So I think it's kind of inspiring for people, and
I think people like the HGTV shows because it feels like they're like me. That's how HGTV presents it. These people are like me. Either I'm the homeowner or I'm the person who does the work, and they can see themselves doing what we do. And like Mina said, it's inspiring to people, which is awesome.
What will you be doing today at the fair? You're on stage. What's going to happen?
We're going to try very hard to show a clip of our pilot because we have a couple different formats, but we're not sure which one will work. So I don't want to make any promises that I can't keep. But we do have slides from different renovations we've done over the years.
We have a lot of pictures of some before, during, and afters of homes we did before the show because we're not allowed to show the show ones. So we'll go through those and talk through some of like the tips for kitchens and baths, the way we did them that are really budget-friendly options. So if people are wanting to do a renovation, some ideas for how they can do it on a little bit smaller budget because the area we work in is very transitional, so we don't have huge budgets for some of the projects. So some tips like that.
And also Mina's cheap. She's just cheap.
Very
She just doesn't like to spend money. It's a good quality, but it's
Speaking of before and after, you brought an example of something
Yes.
that
Oh,
you
yeah.
wanted to show
So-
and talk about a little bit.
Oh, this is heavy. Our new friend Becky was so nice because we couldn't travel on the airplane with this, so she found us this lamp, and this is what we would call a before.
So this is an idea of an easy thing to do if you want to update your light fixtures in your home, and a lot of the older homes have these brass ones. What you can do is take this down, take the glass pieces off of it, and just
I'm going to slow you down for a second. This was really easy to take apart. It's just screws.
Yeah.
And anything that you can't take apart, you can tape. And this lamp doesn't have all of its parts, but we wanted to show you an example of you might have this lamp in your house, and you may be a fan of shiny brass. You may not. If you're not a fan of shiny brass, you take this apart, take it down, and
you good?
yeah,
Done.
I'm good.
The color, we just spray painted one. This obviously isn't the exact same, but it's a similar idea. So any color you want. You could do like a high gloss white, a matte black, something funky, and then just by changing out the light bulb, it gives it a whole different look. Instead of putting regular light bulbs with those old shades, if you do something cool like this, it's got like the gold tint to it. It makes it this really fun, kind of new modern light fixture. She's holding a bowl.
I'm holding a bowl
Those
just
are
to show-
bones. Those are bones, and those are good bones. That's really, to me, that strikes me as an example of what we're talking about. People usually think of, framework and the house itself, but that's another example.
Sure.
So instead
Adding a
of buying a
different
new
color,
light
different
fixture
look to
that's
it.
anywhere from $100 to thousands of dollars, you spend $5 on a can of spray paint. We got the fancy LED light, which is a little bit more than a regular bulb, but maybe you're all in for $20 on the project and you've updated your light fixture with pretty minimal effort. And you feel a sense of accomplishment because you did it yourself.
Yeah.
And you saved a bunch of money.
And you
Right,
saved a
and
bunch of money.
There's lots of cool light bulbs.
Tons.
We pulled this one because I'm a big fan of conservation and renewable energy. These LEDs last forever.
And it just looks really
And it's cool looking like, have you ever seen the Edison bulbs? So you can buy Edison bulbs now. The old-fashioned light bulbs, they put out a ton of heat. We had one really cool light fixture that had like 10 Edison bulbs. It was like sitting by a fire. It was really hot. So these are cool. They're cool looking, they're energy efficient, and they last a long time.
Come in tons of different shapes and sizes, so you can do a lot of different looks with just spray paint and some new light bulbs. You can do the same thing with your bathroom vanity. Sorry, not your bathroom vanity, your bathroom vanity light. So just some easy ways to update on a budget.
Cool.
In fact, my dining room chandelier is one I bought for her on a sale rack at a big box store 10 years ago. And it's been sitting around waiting for its turn, and I spray painted it flat black, and I put some crystals on it, and boom, it fits perfectly in my house. So
Good.
have some fun with it.
Tell me why to come see y'all this afternoon.
When?
Tell me why.
Oh, why? Well, mostly for the things that we did off camera, which will probably happen at the home show. We would like people to come and ask questions because we want to entertain and inform, and we don't want to be boring. So if we're not talking about what you want to talk about, ask us a question about what you do want to talk about. You can ask us pretty much anything. You can ask us about the show, like what happens behind the camera, off camera.
Project advice, really whatever.
Anything you want.
Company names, show names, double entendres.
All kinds of stuff.
Are we allowed to talk about that on camera?
I don't know, we'll see.
Well, it's funny because some people felt that us calling ourselves two chicks and a hammer calling ourselves chicks was demeaning to women. And I think that there are situations where one person calls another person a chick and they do mean to be demeaning. But we don't take ourselves that seriously. We're having fun. We love what we do. And so chicks isn't about being demeaning. It's about being lighthearted. So please don't think that we're demeaning women
Y'all are
by this.
definitely lighthearted.
Well, if you're not having fun, what's the point?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
If something's not going right, I need to change my attitude and make it go right.
That's right. Anything else to add?
No.
Okay, I've been talking with Mina Starsiak and Karen Laine, soon to be rock stars of HGTV's new show, Good Bones. They're at the Home and Garden Show today and tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, at State Fair Park at Cox Pavilion at 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock today, Friday, and at 3 o'clock and then 7 o'clock Saturday. Thank you for being here. I'm Richard Mize, real estate editor for the Oklahoman and newsok.com.